Hello guys, you are welcome again to another tutorials. Today I'm going to take you on how to create your own custom essential graphics from After Effects to Premiere Pro. Essential graphics are primarily basic animations for title and lower third that you can find as presets in Premiere Pro. You can find them at the right side of your screen. You can see some of them here, but these are the default ones that comes with Premiere Pro when you install them. So today on this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can create your own custom essential graphics. Then I'm going to show you how you can set that up in After Effects and then render them as something you can install in Premiere Pro. So let's get started. In this tutorial I'm going to give away these graphics essential, the installable, and also the After Effects project files. You can check the link in the description. So you're going to find two animations, and you are free to use them for commercial and personal purposes. So let's get started. So first of all, let's create a new composition. Control N to bring up the composition dialog window. We're going to name this title 2, or let's say title 3 because I already have about 3 here. And for the frame resolution, I'm going to leave the width to 1920 and the height to 1080 pixel, that is HD, and the frame rate per second I'm going to leave it at 30 frames per second. So the entire animation duration I'm going to set that to 10 seconds. Then I will hit OK to get started. So basically on this type of animation you don't need a background because it has to be transparent over any video you are applying them in Premiere Pro. So the first thing we're going to do right here, we're going to create a box as a guide. Below your standard menu bar right here you will see some tools right here. So select the rectangular tool and create a simple rectangle like this. Hit V on your keyboard to drop the active tool, then select the pen tool, hold down Ctrl key and double click on the anchor tool, then align this to center. So this is basically going to be more like a guide. So if you come to the timeline, I am going to lock it. Please select the lock icon here. So whatever we do now, nothing will happen to this rectangle. So we are going to draw another rectangle over this using the pen tool that we can animate. So select the pen tool right here. You can zoom in a bit to see what you are doing. So click and trace the rectangle. Let's set the fill to none. Set the fill to none and then add a stroke color. Let's use a basic white color. Alright, for now I'm gonna delete that guide layer. It's either you delete or hide it, any of the two can work. So for now I'm gonna let's just hide it. So now let's animate this part, closing and opening. Select this, open the drop down, open the shape, then we are going to animate this part right here. So I want to say at 2 seconds the part has opened completely like this to this rectangle. So I'm going to set a keyframe for that at that spot. At 1 second forward in time, I need to find the center of this shape. So to do that, I'm going to select the layer and then drop this ruler to the center here. This have shown me where the center is. If you don't have the ruler, you can Ctrl R to reveal the ruler. You see, Ctrl R shows your ruler. So now I have the center. So what I'm going to do now is to select the individual points and close them up. So I'm going to quickly do that. I'm going to go to 1 second forward in time what I'm going to do here is to select the 2-stroke and then close it up right here. So I'm also going to find the center. For that, I'll drag another ruler to the center right here to find the center where the points need to meet. So I'm going to select all the points and move it in at 0 seconds. That way the line will draw first and then open up as a rectangle. So I'm going to quickly do that. So if you play this back now, this is what you're gonna have. Beautiful. For now, let's adjust the speed so that will make it more organic. So select all your keyframe, right click, and then easy ease. So I want this to draw before 1 second elapse, and this to draw after 1 second. So but select this and return to graph editor. Make sure you edit speed graph. So make sure your speed graph is active. If it is not active, right click and select edit speed graph. So let's switch back to timeline, and this is what we have currently. Beautiful. So we can now adjust these keyframes to determine what the speed is like. Beautiful. I think I'm okay with what I have here. The only thing I'm going to do right now is first of all, I will need to duplicate this animation that I've done. Control D on your keyboard to duplicate the animation. So what I did here, one of these shape layer, I'm going to make it a mask that will reveal the text inside the box. So for now, I'm gonna hide one. So let's see what we have right here. So if you look at it from beginning here, there is a dot that is visible before the animation starts. I'm going to create a keyframe for the opacity so that that will not be visible at all from beginning. Hit T on your keyboard, set a keyframe at 10 frames, then you go back to 0 and set the keyframe for the opacity to 0. That way nothing will be visible before the animation starts. Now let's add a text. New, go to text and then type in motion title. Motion titles. This is just an example. You can later change it in Premiere Pro. This is just gonna be a guide. So I'll make sure this fits into the box. So I will reduce the text font size to somewhat there. Then align this to center. So first of all, we need to mask it out so that when this is animating, the text will not be there. You remember we make a duplicate of the animation, so let's make it visible now. So what to do now, the duplicated animation that we are going to use as mask, bring it on top of the text, set the stroke to none, and then set the fill color to any color. You see on the track matte right here, select it and set it to alpha matte. So if you play this now, this is what you're gonna have. You will have the other shape layer masking the text out and revealing the text. You see, beautiful. Now we have a simple motion graphics. To add beauty to it, you can animate this text coming in maybe after it opens. So let's do that. We'll go to about 2 seconds forward in time. Select your text layer, hit P on your keyboard to bring out the position property, set a keyframe, then at this point then move the text downward so that when it opens, then the text come up. So select your keyframe, right click, keyframe assistant, then easy ease. Now we have a basic motion graphics that we're going to set up for Essential Graphics to be used in Premiere Pro. The next step will be how to turn this into an essential graphics that you can install into Premiere Pro and use it.